get the puppies romping in the snow. I'm not having much luck. That was pretty good.
Barbara. It is chilly outside. And you can see our humidity is low in the house, 23%. It should be more like 35 or 40, 35. I'm not sure how much it should be. But 23 is too low. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I have cream in my coffee. I'm drinking my old coffee to clean out my grinder. This is the cowl I was talking about the other day. This is my first cowl, and it's made with very drapey yarn. And if you can see how it hangs at the bottom, you can kind of tell what I mean about being the edges being stiffer than the middle. The middle's kind of drapey. It's actually hard to see what I mean. And I re-blocked this. So this is a freshly blocked. And it's not quite so bad, but this is so stiff. This is not quite as stiff, so this is probably my cast-on edge. But anyway, made me more cognizant of cast-on and bind-off edges in cowls. So I think I-cord bind-off on my Mobius cowl will be a slog to make, but I think it'll be great. So I haven't worn this in forever. It's actually yummy yarn. Don't remember the yarn, don't remember the name of the pattern, and I'm sure the pattern isn't in Ravelry. Well, it might be. I mean, in my project pages. But anyway, so this doesn't go with my sweater, but this is the sweater I made when I was doing the Amy Herzog class on Craftsy. I was going to say it's one of my favorites, but I say that quite often. I'm really happy with most of my sweaters, which is nice. I have a few that I am not happy with that are in my stash pile. I consider them stash because they're going to be taken apart. And I have one I forgot about that's snagged over a year ago, and I put it aside because I wanted to fix it, and I never did, and so I haven't worn it in a long time, and I like it a lot. It's the Summer Dreams by it was a test knit I did for Marcella Chang called Summer Dreams. I really like it. I'm pretty sure it's called Summer Dreams. And one of the socks I wore the other day has a giant hole in the bottom, in the heel. I think I put it in, I washed it thinking that if I was going to darn it, I wanted it clean. And then I forgot and I put it on and didn't notice. I'm sure that's what happened. The other heel is quite thin and has a tiny little hole. And I've been seeing, somebody I follow on Instagram, who I'm not remembering who it is, has been showing themselves darning their socks, which is making me think this is a skill I need. You know, because I have several pairs of socks that have big holes in the heel, which I find really interesting because my commercial socks, when I wear out my commercial socks, I always wear out the toe first. Although I am very careful to keep my big toenails short in the wintertime when I am wearing socks. And I'm sure that I didn't pay any attention to that when I was wearing only commercial socks. But I was so cognizant of the fact that I was going through the toes that I am very careful about that. But I'm wearing out the bottom of my heels, which probably has to do with the clogs that I wear all winter. I have a pair of cloggy, clog style shoes that I wear all winter because I don't wear them in the house. I just slip them on when I'm going outside, unless it's messy and then I haven't put my boots on. So, and I've been wearing these same shoes for 3 winters now, at least, maybe 4. So I wonder if they're hard on the heels of my socks. Anyway, I have several pairs of socks that I need to put a whole new, it's got a big hole this big. She was doing a big hole in a weaving kind of way. I don't know. It would be worth a try. And I do have a darning mushroom. I bought a darning mushroom. So darning has been on my, I bought darning needles too, but I have no idea where they are. I think I need to watch some videos. Yeah. So yesterday was a good day. We had a nice walk. We stopped over at Aura's, took her some green salad and salad dressing, and, checked her out. She's good. She was very cheerful, working on a puzzle, complaining about it. She always complains about her puzzles. And she looked good, and she's all set, lots of food, and her sidewalk was clear. We're going to need to put salt around her car because that was very slick. Before she goes out. She's not going out till tomorrow. So maybe we'll have to go and salt her up today. I'm not sure what the plan would be. Yeah, and I didn't really do much crafting during the day. I'm not sure what I did. Dennis and I talked a lot, which was nice. And I started working on my drinks shelf early before our meeting, and I continued working on it after our meeting so that I could catch up. So I am totally caught up, and yeah. Pretty happy about that. Oh. I'll show it to you. I caught up last night. So there's the beginning of the month. And there's the end of the month. I have one more rocks glass to go for today. So I am all caught up. I had a little problem when I got to the end. I was doing the glasses first. And I got to the end and I didn't have enough room. And that's because back here when I left space for the tchotchke, I left an extra 10 stitches. I don't know if you can see it, but there are 2 little stitches here, gray. That's the bottom of this glass. I had started it and didn't realize. And then when I made the glass, I made it over 10 stitches. So I'm going to have to do something wider to fill that space. But when I got to the end, I didn't have room, so I had to change the configuration of the glasses so that they fit on my shelf, which I did. So here you go. This is January in southeastern Pennsylvania. And one little green. We'll see how February goes. Oops! I gotta work on my shelf. I didn't realize I didn't finish my shelf. Gotta finish my shelf. There you go. Crafting with Christy. Grab your drink. It's easier to show like that. Oh, and I took some puppies romping. Maybe I'll put that in the beginning so you've already seen that. I'll put the puppies romping. That was from yesterday afternoon. So those puppies you saw romping, I'm editing in my mind. Just where am I going to put that? That was from yesterday afternoon. They had a great time. And then I worked on my cowl. So I did not work on my socks. You know, this is what happens to me. I get to some place where I have to really think about it and figure out what I'm doing. And then but I will work on my socks today because today's the last day of January. And I only have a couple more days to help with the test knit. And so I need to at least get through the heel. I mean, I'm probably the only test knitter who hasn't done a heel flap and gusset for 5 years. I've only been knitting for 8 years, so, and I didn't do socks in the beginning, let me tell you. So at least I should get through that so that I can give her feedback on her directions for the heel. Because the foot and the toes are easy, so that won't help, that she doesn't. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure it's all fine. I guess what I'm saying is then I can give her feedback from somebody who doesn't know what the heck they're doing and is just reading her directions and doing exactly what she says with no prior knowledge, really, and how the pattern works for that. That's the value I'm adding, if I'm adding any value, adding to the test knit process. And so I need to keep going and get through the heels. But I could finish those socks. I mean, I have another week or 5 days, something like that. I have to look. I forget how many days I have. But it's the last day of the month, so in the next couple days I'm going to do a podcast, and I am going to poll the winner of the 5 Wins Jack sock pop prize package that I'm putting together. And for the January prize for the Ode to Joy Make-Along. So if you are participating in the Ode to Joy Make-Along, and I surely hope you are, get your pictures in, because the prize will go to a picture post. So it doesn't have to be a finished object. It can be, this is my plan and this is my yarn. It can be, these are the cookies I made. It can be, I'm in the middle of this weaving and I'm loving it, or look at me on my knitting machine, or I've just started these socks, aren't these cuffs cute? That kind of thing. It doesn't have to be a finished object's picture. It just has to be a picture of whatever's bringing you joy. So please, give me lots of pictures to choose from. I've got to go in that thread too and, see what's what. Because, and I know, I should be posting what's bringing me joy too. Although, you guys know all about that. Because I tell you every day. All right. So, that's going to happen in the next couple days. But I'm not going to pull the prize until the day I do the podcast, because you know how I am with podcasting, and it could be a couple more days, so it'll give you some more time. But, yeah. But I am getting joy from my crafting these days. I am enjoying my knitting and feeling good about that. And so, that feels nice. I really hate it when I have very low mojo. It really bothers me. Just because I know myself well enough to know that this could be the beginning of the end, and and I don't have my next craft or obsession. Well, I don't have my next craft or obsession, so I don't know why I'm so worried. Painting. I was worried that painting might be it, but I haven't been painting, and I do want to do that too, so. Anyway, I'm glad to have my mojo back, I have to say. And it is soothing to be able to craft. So, those of you who are not well, please, please, I'm sending you my most healing thoughts. I know there are people out there who have COVID or who are recovering and are not feeling well, and I am so sorry. I hope that you feel at least well enough to do a little bit of crafting to help settle your soul. And I'm sending you my most healthful thoughts, and you know, and we need to work really hard to stay healthy. This Omicron, the more they talk about it, the less I like it. You know, they say, oh, it's mild. Yeah, it's mild, and you can get it again right away, apparently. Apparently, it gives you so little immunity to itself after you've had it that you can literally turn around and get it again. So, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Anyway, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.